Welcome to Sports and Stogies. Now, introducing your hosts, Cameron Winkowitz and Austin Hayes.
I finally watched a movie you might be surprised I've never seen before. One of the biggest movies of all time.
This is your first time watching it.
And I've seen plenty of clips. I know what happens. But I've never seen it beginning to end in one sitting.
I honestly have no idea what this movie could be.
Literally, I think when adjusted for inflation, the highest grossing movie of all time. I feel like everybody's seen it. Very culturally significant. I'm trying to think of a hint that won't completely give it away.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I know you've seen it.
I don't know what I don't follow box office numbers like that, though.
19 and 97.
Okay.
If that probably doesn't help you at all.
It's not what I was thinking of. That's like your heyday for movies, too.
Oh, sweet spot. Great era. It features a breakout role from one of probably a top 10 actor of all time. It's an epic. It's a period piece.
An epic.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Romance.
Romance.
I'm giving you all the pieces of the puzzle here.
Yeah, but there's so many.
There's only one that really fits all these categories.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. There's probably one that fits 3.5 hours, but romance, epic, period piece, that's like everything.
Fair point, yeah. Fair point. Kind of a sweet spot for that genre.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. That you describe. I should know based on the year.
Historical event.
I don't want to.
That might be the last hint I can give you without completely giving
See,
it to
the problem is I know so many of those movies, but I know 100% for sure that they're not the number one grossing movie of all time.
And it might not be one, but it's definitely
Is it Titanic?
Titanic is correct. Never seen it in full. Which raised the question, because I was a solid 7.5, I'd say. I enjoyed it overall.
Yeah.
But it raised the question, what is the best on-screen couple of all time? Because many would say Jack and Rose. I am not one of those people.
They wouldn't say they were a great couple.
Well, especially when one dies at the end. Spoiler alert.
Honestly, if anything, that end portion was what made them a great couple.
Probably the best time, yeah.
Like the rest of the movie was kind of like sneaking off, very not good.
Yeah, her man's there.
Yeah.
My first thought was Jim and Pam from The Office. Okay. Beloved, right?
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the Before trilogy, Ethan Hawke, Julie Delpy, I probably haven't. Not super big. Those are phenomenal. Great chemistry.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the original.
The current one. Donald Glover and
which I'm sure is
her name. Getting great reviews, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. But yeah, I don't know.
And my go-to is, of course, When Harry Met Sally, which is the best rom-com of all time.
You know who it's not? Jenny and Forrest, dude.
Oh,
I hate Jenny.
Dude, anybody who thinks they're positive doesn't understand anything about anything. She was terrible.
She was so terrible, dude.
But one of the biggest villains of all time.
Agreed.
Maybe the biggest.
Agreed.
And nobody gives her any credit for that.
No.
God, there's a lot of choice words I want to say about that lady.
Dude, it's unreal.
And maybe even the first time watching it, you don't really notice it.
I'm tired of pretending like we all don't know, though.
Oh, we do now.
I'm tired of it.
We all know now.
We all have to know.
Stone cold biatch.
There you go.
To put it bluntly. What do you think Shane would say?
What about oh man, I can't remember her name, but
Edward and
no, Dude, King Kong. And
King Kong and the blonde chick?
yeah, dude.
Dude, I kid you not. I watched, I want to say when that came out, like probably 2005,
It came out in 2002.
God, is it that early? As a kid, I watched that and cried at the end.
Dude,
Like, that got to me as a young child.
it's
I was like,
insane.
I just want him to be happy. Yeah, historical, great love story, you know?
It really is.
Tarzan and Jane.
Honestly, up there.
Got to be up there, right? This guy's, IQ of like 10.
Beauty and the Beast. That is probably the most telling love story.
My problem is, though, I don't think Beauty wanted the dude. Beauty wanted him just to be the Beast.
Well, yeah, but she was still all right after.
In the same vein, Shrek, Fiona.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, it's like, well, no, that's not true because Shrek did try to turn into a handsome lad.
Yeah. For her.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, Shrek, I love you as you are.
Yeah.
Maybe the dude from Butt Boyd, his wife.
No, because she didn't know. That's another terrible example.
That's a tough thing to break down to your old lady. Trying to think of like more TV ones too, but Jim and Pam's a clear standout for me.
Yeah. It's not Walter and Skylar.
Not even close. Definitely not Tony and Carmela.
Also, not it.
It's still got to finish. I got to get on that.
I still can't believe you haven't seen The Sopranos all the way through.
That is honestly, especially knowing me,
Yeah, that's like you.
that's my genre, my go-to.
Yeah, those are your boys.
I need a full restart. Well, on that note, I guess we'll go ahead and pull up that chair
Pour up that drink.
and light that cigar. Is it's time for episode 75 of Sports and Stogies. Cam?
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the delay for episode 75. But we're back in 2/3 of our power.
Maybe 80% of our power.
Maybe like 95%
Yeah, it's closer. Yeah,
of our power.
yeah, give or take.
Basically full power,
Pretty much, we're fully equipped.
minus some comedic factor.
Unintentional comedic factor.
We don't know if that's true.
He could still be playing a character.
It could be a bit.
In that case, give him the Oscar right now.
Agreed.
Good to be back. Good to have you back. I did an hour last week.
And you said
Solo.
you hated it.
Definitely, yeah, didn't flow as well as the first show I did by myself. Of course, less to go over. It was just me recapping the game,
Super Bowl,
pretty much.
yeah.
That was it. And I don't know. I don't think it was anything people would want to listen to for a full. It was like 52 minutes.
there was
I think.
literally nothing else going on besides previewing 298 and previewing All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, like I gave my fight picks. But that was like a 6-7 minute segment, if that.
Yeah.
And it's tough to go because we have pretty good back and forth over. We usually we
Do
typically
you
disagree.
know what your fight picks were?
Yeah. I went, I think, 3 for 5.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I missed on, of course, the main event. And I had Jeff Neal.
Checks
So,
out.
yeah. Not terrible, but yeah, overall, I didn't care for it. I don't think it was post-worthy.
But we're back. Here we are. It's good to be back. It's good to have a pipe in the hand. Enjoying some
Stick in the
tobacco.
mouth, as some would say.
Exactly.
Now, before we forget, like we have been doing lately, go ahead and take over Shane's promo job here.
Well, everybody, we are on all social medias, that being Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can find the podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, Amazon, and I don't know if Google's officially converted yet. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure Google Podcasts is still a thing.
It's been like 3 months we've been saying they're switching over.
Bob, probably need to double check. But regardless, it's on YouTube. So if it's not available on, if Google Podcasts isn't a thing, if the link doesn't take you to whatever the new version is, then just look us up on YouTube. or whatever that is. I'm assuming the RSS feed should be the same.
Let's be honest. If you're using Google Podcast, there are other options out there for you.
Just use YouTube.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, or Spotify. Those are available on all platforms. And we are available on all platforms. So reach out with fan questions. Reach out with blasts to the past.
Which we forgot to write
which
down
we
this
don't
week.
have one this week. Actually, we
no, we do. You mentioned it before because we missed last show.
Oh, man.
We'll do one here after break and go over that. Because I forget what it was. Let's see, smoke-wise here.
Oh, I remember what it
before
was.
we get rolling.
I remember what it was. We can do it.
Oh, well, I mean,
We don't need to.
we'll definitely knock it out.
There's not a whole lot of. We kind of know all about it. So
it's on the tip of my tongue too. It's NFL.
yeah, we'll go over it right before we go into the NFL.
All right. Well, your pipe blend today
Is the CAO vanilla and the Davidoff Blue mix. I'm probably not going to buy new pipe blends until I get low. Maybe I'll win some in some raffles or something, but there's really no need.
You found two great ones.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying them.
They're going to last you a while.
They're going to last me a while. And the whole point was to save some money too.
And you also don't smoke every day.
And exactly.
Well,
And even if I did, it would take me forever to get
You might
through.
want a little more variety.
Yeah.
But for now, you smoke what? On the show, and that's pretty much it?
Uh,
Maybe once a week at home?
yeah, a couple times a week.
So yeah, your two go-to
Once
blends.
it warms up, I'll probably smoke more.
For sure.
But yeah, right now it's a little cold out in the garage. The heater. I mean, now I'm going to be out there playing Xbox 360 and stuff. So I might be dabbling a little bit more, but for now, yeah, I'm good.
If anybody wants to send in some pipe blends to the show.
Yeah, or recommendations.
Not going to say no.
I'm always open to recommendations. That's how I got
Because, yeah, really, this is a whole new world for
either of us.
For both of us, yeah.
So any recommendations, that's how I got the Blood Moon Colt, Red Moon, or whatever it's called. It's a lot of words. But the CAO Vanilla was recommended to me, and I just kind of went off on my own to get the Davidoff Blue, which they're both very good, but mixed together, they're phenomenal. So, yeah, if you have any two blends that you mix or recommendations, let me know for sure. So I'm open to anything. And I do have a new pipe coming next week. An actual...
more practical pipe.
Non-gimmicky.
Yeah.
Because this pipe is cool and it works. It's functional. But I do think it's... The church wardens maybe just aren't for me. Maybe they're for a more...
Wizardry.
Tenured pipe smoker.
You'll get there one day.
But probably not a great beginner stick or pipe or whatever. There's got to be a...
Is there a cool slang term for pipe?
There can't be.
It's just a pipe.
Tube?
No. No, definitely not.
Do we have to come up with one?
I don't think we're very good at coming up with things like that.
Blast of the Past was good.
Yeah, but not the most original. Go off the torch.
Greg the Dort.
Tonight I have got one I've been waiting for a while. I finally smoked it with Uncle Sean a few weeks ago. We split a box of the Chaz Palminteri, a Bronx Tail cigar.
Which you do have the box.
Got the full box. Yep, 10 count was like $200. Thanks to our good friends at Cigaro. Shout out Steve, Jamie, and Dan Cheese. Was a little worried because it's, kind of a gimmicky thing. Smaller company, partner with Epic Cigars, but they're phenomenal. Had to have them, of course, being that The Bronx Tale, one of the best gangster movies of all time.
You would think a guy would watch The Sopranos who's into that kind of thing.
Yeah, well,
That'd be like saying you've never seen Goodfellas.
Well, I've seen Goodfellas at least 30 times.
Yeah, well, 10 of those times you could have cut out and watched Sopranos.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah. A lot of my TikTok right now has been Sopranos lately.
It's a sign.
It's definitely telling me, dude, go watch it finally.
It needs to be freaking Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, we'll get there too.
No, we won't.
After the third or fourth one comes out.
That's one I guarantee you we're never going to get to.
Oh, we will. I'm going to watch them both one weekend to come into work and give you the whole rundown.
I'll hold my breath.
Well, keep holding. Because again, it could be another 5, 6, 7 years.
Oh wait, is it don't hold your breath?
You would say I wouldn't hold my breath.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Otherwise, you would suffocate and most likely die.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in
So,
Pompeii.
I won't hold my breath.
This is a 6x54 box press.
Right up your alley.
It's a Cuban seed Ecuadorian wrapper, Dominican binder, and then fillers from both Dominican and Nicaragua. Excellent burn. Very strong draw. No complaints there. Very beautifully made. Again, great box press. And only like $20 a stick,
It's not bad.
which a very low quantity made, I think, only 1,000 boxes, I want to say.
Oh yeah, especially for low quantity, that's not bad.
Um,
And for them being the celebrity, a lot of times
Oh, of
those are
course.
pricier.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And very well packaged. I mean, great looking box.
Oh, the box is gorgeous, which I'll definitely grab a picture of for
For
the
sure.
Instagram and Facebook.
So if you guys can find one, I think, at least that I'm aware of, Cigar is the only place in the state that even got them. I mean, that I've seen at least.
Yeah, didn't he meet?
They met him at the PCA.
Yeah.
And we were in talks of, which still might happen, maybe Chaz comes out to the lounge,
That'd be sick.
which is, the perfect spot.
It for him, yeah.
You throw Bronx Tale on the TV upstairs.
In a speakeasy style.
Legit.
Yeah.
He might become that role again.
Whoa.
Next thing you know, Bobby D shows up, Ralph Macchio. We got to go, of course.
Yeah. Then you got Boom Boom there.
Oh,
Just the whole gang.
each bottle of the bourbon.
Yeah. Jamie's there, who's
Well, of
just
course.
in and of himself just a beast.
Rumor is Bronx Tale was written about, possibly about Jamie, from what I've heard. So yeah, overall, excellent smoke. I'm definitely happy with the purchase. I think I've got 3 left, maybe 2 left. And we'll try to save them for maybe the finale of The Sopranos. I'll light up
Hey,
the last of these Bronx Tales. Now you can't leave.
so it'll be about 15 years, guys.
Maybe 15 days.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the
I'm
over.
gonna get on it quick.
I'll take the over by a mile, dude.
That'd be a safe bet. Fan question wise, is there anything we can do to fix the NBA All-Star game?
No, but I do enjoy it more that it's East versus West.
Yeah, but only a little.
I enjoy it significantly more than I did the backyard draft.
My thing is, like you mentioned earlier, if the players don't care, there's really nothing you can do.
Correct. And the players don't. They look at it as a day off.
And
Yeah,
Anthony Edwards
said that. Yeah. So I'm sure that's the common or the consensus
Yeah.
choice.
I don't know if you can just get. You can't get rid of it.
No, can't get rid. Well, I mean, no, not after you made it like the Kobe Bryant Award
Yeah,
for the MVP.
but you can't incentivize people with, financially. These guys are all like max contract players. It's not going to be like the in-season tourney where you're playing for your 13th, 14th guy on the roster to get that paycheck.
Honestly, if they go back to like the Kobe, what was that? Oh, what'd they do that year? They did something special with the game. It was like every 24 points or every 8 points, a charity donation would
Yeah,
rack
I forgot
up,
about
and then the
that.
winner, like they do something like that. Make it like a charity thing. Because then players are going to want to play. The winners get to choose what charity the money goes to. Something like that. That'd be a way to get play because everyone has things that they care about.
Oh, yeah. And it's great PR.
Great PR, and and then you'll see players playing harder because they want their charity, their team decided charity to be the one that, like, that's something that Lego Masters did in their celebrity like guest episodes.
If they
Was
can do
whoever
it.
won $100,000 to a charity of that team's choice. Just do the same thing.
Celebrity Jeopardy has always been. When you're not winning money for you, it's going to charity.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you give $10 million to LeBron's foundation? You think he wouldn't actually play defense for that?
Yeah, his school in Akron,
Come on.
whatever. I mean, whatever it may be. But all the players have to agree on one. So then there's camaraderie there. We're all fighting for the same, like, I don't know. Apparently I don't know any words today.
Or maybe you go the complete opposite and say, for the losing team, we shoot one guy. At random. We don't know who.
At random.
One of y'all's getting blasted. That's pretty good incentive.
Yeah, it's just through the bicep, though.
Well, I mean, it depends how good of a shot the shooter is. Because one of the guys on the winning team is doing the shooting.
It's set up to be through the bicep.
Correct.
Anything could happen.
But if you miss, you miss. Do you want to take that chance? You think Luke is going to be throwing up 80-foot air balls if he knows there's a chance he might get shot?
No.
Jokic might throw the game, though. It's like, please shoot me so I can retire and go back home to my horses.
Honestly.
Jokic, you're on the bench, please. We're trying to win this game.
Yeah.
See, but yeah, I think, honestly, yeah, the charity thing is probably the best idea I've heard.
Yeah, I thought they did that. I thought that's what the Kobe thing was a charity. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, bring that back. Or start it if it didn't happen already.
Do a charity.
Because even, like, Kamish was clearly disappointed. You know, they tried to build it up. And he's like, oh, congrats, you guys scored the most points. Great.
Yay. Although 211 points is impressive.
Is it, though?
It is. That's a lot, dude.
Dude, you're playing a pickup game. Chucking
Yeah,
up
but
threes.
I know, but that's a lot. That's a lot of made shots.
Yeah.
That's
It'll be
lot
broken
of
next
made
year, I'm
shots.
sure.
I don't think so.
They don't change the rules.
Well, the rules are just basketball.
Well, incentive, whatever. Maybe I don't know words today. NFL-wise, which it feels really weird. I feel like the Super Bowl was like 3 months ago. Honestly.
We've moved on so fast.
Yeah. But in that vein, now that he has a third ring, will Mahomes actually surpass Tom Brady?
Yes.
And I know you have one big reason for that.
I do.
Which is hard to argue.
The most penalized offensive line in the NFL and 3 Super Bowl wins have been penalized 0 times for holding calls or anything.
That might be the biggest statistical anomaly in today's NFL that you could have.
Yeah.
It's the most common call.
Especially when there was some blatant holds throughout every Super Bowl, but especially all of their wins where there were no calls against them.
And look, usually they'd let things go more in those games, right?
And they did. They let them play, but, I mean, when it's egregious.
And to not call a single one.
Just one. Just one?
That's not too much to ask for.
Maybe 2. It doesn't have to be 13.
If you've got people that don't watch football at your Super Bowl party saying, yo, can you do that? And it's not getting called, you got a problem there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad look. I didn't even realize that it had been all 3.
Me neither until after the game when I saw that stat posted.
Yeah, that's
Unreal.
a little ridiculous.
I mean, not even Brady could do that. And he got some favorable calls.
He did. But, yeah, like I said, if you keep getting no calls in Super Bowls, you're probably going to win. So.
And this was Mahomes', quote-unquote, worst team yet.
That it was.
Best defense for sure, but...
Definitely the best defense, but definitely worst offense.
And, man...
So, depending on what they can do to make the offense better, I mean, they have a ton of money. I'm sure they could sign some guys.
And not even that, but who's going to step up to be able to take them down? It will never be the Bills. It won't be the Bills.
Well, apparently it's going to be Cincinnati.
Is it as a healthy Joe Burrow?
I don't know.
Is it the Aaron Rodgers Jets?
Honestly, I think they have the best chance.
Assuming
at
he
least,
comes back
at
healthy,
least for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could it be the Justin Fields Steelers?
No. And that's the other thing. There's no way he goes there just because. How is Justin Fields going to play Steelers football?
You got to change your system.
And they refuse to do that.
You think Arthur Smith is going to utilize a dual threat quarterback?
Arthur Smith utilizing anyone on offense?
Come on now. Come on.
Just another fall guy for Tomlin.
Oh, clear. That's why they hired him. Yeah. Yeah, I never would have thought we'd ever see anything coming close to what Brady did. But, I mean, at this point, and who knows, he might never even win again. It's the way the NFL is.
It is true.
But to have 3 already at this age, no signs of slowing down. Unless Andy retires.
Unless Mahomes retires.
Andrew Luck did. But why wouldn't Pat too?
Because he's not getting hit like that either.
Clearly. Wonder why. A lot of holding calls on that Colts offensive line. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
It didn't help either. And then last but not least, this is a fun one. And I wish Shane was here for this too. We're going to do a 3-round cool guy draft.
It's the coolest guys.
Simple as that. You don't need to explain what cool is, right?
You look at that guy and you're like, wow, it's a cool guy.
Who do you wish was in Shane's seat right now?
Shane.
But not Shane Brook, though. It'd be a different Shane.
Who's your 101?
Now, I know my 2 and 3 you're not going to pick. I don't think you take my 101 either. But just to get it out of the way, it's the first guy I thought of. Go on the Cusker, dude.
Yeah, the Cusk.
Go on Matt McCusker.
Mac McCuskmeister.
The one and only. The shaman himself.
Yeah. My 101, Big Gillis.
I knew you'd go Shane. As I went. I would take Matty over Shane anyway. But there's no wrong answer there. What more fun duo, especially to go hang out with? Have a few brewskis.
Probably best duo of all time.
Got to be up there, right? 2. Going Keanu Reeves.
Definitely up there.
Chill dude.
Definitely up there.
Musician. We're hanging out, talking movies, talking music. Oh, he's a sports guy. Probably taking some motorcycle rides together. Maybe I'm on the back. Maybe in a sidecar.
Not a sidecar. I'd rather ride on the back of a motorcycle than in a sidecar, dude.
Man, if he's got one, I'm not going to say no.
I'm going Sandman.
I thought about that.
Cool guy.
You're playing pickup for sure.
Definitely.
Getting toasted by that old man, turnaround
Bank
hook
shot, dude.
Yeah.
No, bank shots. Bank's always open. I watch Grown Ups. Same at that top corner.
Plus, now you're in the movies.
Definitely.
You're hanging out in Hawaii 3 months out of the year.
All he does is get his friends in movies, dude.
Exactly. Your career takes off.
Me and Shane Gillis.
Oh.
It stars in Adam Sandler movies.
Game over, dude.
You're 3.
Definitely me. A little more out of left field. We're going Larry David. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Never watched it.
Oh, my God, dude. I'm sure you've seen him at least.
Probably.
We're just going to sit around and bitch about things we hate for 7 hours until we start hating each other, probably.
That sounds not cool.
It's going to be a great time, dude.
That sounds not cool at all, dude.
Fantastic time.
That sounds so not cool.
Trust me, you'd have no idea.
That does not sound cool.
It's a 7-hour bitch fest. He's like 80, I think.
Oh, man.
Like the new season just dropped too. It's top 5 sitcom of all time. It's like R-rated Seinfeld.
Yeah, I know that. I've heard it's a great sitcom. I think Shane watches it.
That actually kind of shocks me.
But my 3?
I thought I know if Shane was here, he'd go Theo.
Yeah.
Definitely made my short list. I'm trying to think about sports guys. I almost took Joey Votto.
That's a cool guy.
Super fun, dude. And he's
Cool
retired
guy,
now, so he's just wilding.
Yeah, that's a cool guy. I'm going to go Myles Garrett.
I thought you might go there, but I don't know Miles' personality enough.
He's a very cool guy. He's just chill, relaxed, funny.
Jacked.
He likes stuff. I like stuff.
Whoa. That's a match made in heaven right there.
Just out there liking stuff, dude.
Just 2 bros liking stuff. Just broing it up.
There's nothing better than just 2 bros liking stuff.
God, well, maybe 2 bros disliking the same stuff, like me and Larry David.
There's that. Bros naming bros.
I love that segment, dude.
That's a classic. But that's no different than just liking stuff.
That's Maybe we do that. Bros liking stuff. Hey, bro, what do you like today? Throw it out there.
Who knows what I like that day, dude? I like different stuff every day.
You especially. All over the place.
All constant.
Pirates one night and Pompeii the next.
Warhammer,
And
we're back in
to,
there.
Yeah, Japanese, mythological creatures, folklore.
Who knows what it's going to be? I feel like I just like the most stuff.
You are a very versatile dude when it comes to what interests you,
Yeah, I just like stuff.
which is exciting. Like you
Like,
should
there's some,
always.
I like some anime.
Yeah,
I like stuff.
Ooh, that's a deep rabbit hole there.
I know. I just like a lot of stuff.
What don't you like?
That's a short list.
There's been very few things that we've talked about where you're like, either I don't like that or I don't have any opinions on that.
What don't I like?
Because you're also a very opinionated person, as we
Some would say.
are well aware of.
Mildly opinionated, I think. What do I not like?
I've got one thing for sure, but I probably
I'll be
shouldn't
honest,
say
dude,
it on air.
Brick Breaker,
Don't think I know what that
That
is. I know it's a game.
where you got to bounce the ball off the thing at the bottom and break all the bricks.
It's like 90 years old.
I hate it, dude.
You should hate it. That was like the first game ever made.
I dislike it. I dislike all those style of games. Like
Okay.
even like Peggle, where you got to shoot the matching colors. That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, not fun.
I just dislike that.
I'll give you that. Okay, that's maybe the only thing you actually dislike.
It's few and far between because I also like old games too.
A lot of good ones.
Like I've played Pong, and I've had fun on Pong.
Pong 1v1 is pretty dope.
I think Pong was the first game,
Legit. Yeah.
but Brick Breaker is it's just like a terrible version of Pong.
Yeah. Yeah, no point. You're just playing by yourself.
Get to the next level,
Yeah.
and it's the
Same
same
thing.
thing.
Maybe the worst game of all time.
Probably. Yeah, I just like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a dislike old games and missing shows, I'd say.
Yeah.
About the only two things.
Maybe like super old cheesy movies too. I know that's like right up your alley.
And even then, like, you at least understand that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say I just don't enjoy it,
Yeah.
but I can respect
Like,
it.
if you were a kid in 1948,
Yeah,
like, damn, this is pretty funny.
I can respect it, but like I cannot respect Brick Breaker.
And I'll give you that. You shouldn't.
Like I can't. If Pong is available, why are you playing Brick Breaker?
If you were a kid when Brick Breaker first came out, like, I can play this, or I could just lay on the couch and stare at the ceiling. I'm going to lay down, dude.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I'll just play it in my head at the ceiling tiles and have probably a better time.
And let lead based paint chips fall into my mouth.
Oh, delicious, man. That's a delicacy. Do you want to throw in Blast of the Past now, then?
Deflategate.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Right around, what, 2014, 15?
Think so.
I think of all these scandals, especially with the Patriots, by far the dumbest,
This is the most
dumbest
minimal
one.
Yeah. So what? A football wasn't 3 psi more. It's not going to change anything. And they were playing with them too.
Correct.
Like that's my thing. It's like it's not like the other team had flat balls and the Patriots had fully pumped balls. Like they were all flat for everybody.
Yeah, 2015 season, or 2014 season. That happened in January 2015. Yeah, every team, every quarterback tailors the balls how they want.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
And they said, like, it was proven that Gronk's spike did release some amount of PSI from the ball.
Which, like, it should.
Just don't let Gronk score.
Yeah.
Then you have a perfectly inflated ball.
But it turned into a huge, like, they were looking at the two equipment guys that smuggled the balls in and were secretly pumping them down and exchanging things through the locker room. Like, they were, goat witch hunting these dudes.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. And then the worst case, Brady got suspended for it.
Yeah, for what?
4 games for
I know.
throwing a ball.
He beat you?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bitch move on Jim Irsay's part.
That was crazy.
And to like also not say anything during the game. Like if they had beaten the Pats, that story never comes out.
No chance.
Never comes out.
No chance.
But you get destroyed. And you're like, if the balls were heavier inflated, we probably would have won.
But you wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have.
Like, you got beat by 75 points, dude.
Terrible argument.
The sorest of losers. He was probably hoping like maybe a rematch. Maybe they get the Lombardi taken away from him.
And I get it. I'm sure it sucked losing to Brady year after year after year. But you got to have something better than that, dude.
You got to have something better. Like, I don't know. He hit you with his car. Like,
look, Spygate I think was really dumb too. But there's at least an argument there.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely a lot better of an argument.
Like, hey, they saw our signals and they know our plays. Like, okay, you can make that case.
But the balls being slightly flat.
Come on.
That's the best you can do? Like, we thought we weren't creative.
Oh, we'd have something better than that. Like Brady hitting you with his car. And again, like, for it to become such a huge thing for months.
I know. It was a
And
mind-blowing.
then into the next season, like, we actually got suspended. And
like he flattened the balls.
Yeah, like, and to just suspend Brady, of all people.
Like, why didn't you suspend the Patriots for 4 games?
Or the coaching staff, or
these
two,
they weren't
rogue
allowed to have
ball dudes.
they weren't allowed to have equipment managers for 4 games or something.
It's, oh man, what a weird smear campaign.
Yeah, that was odd.
One of the last great scandals that we've had, to that level at least.
Yeah, and it was nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Like, that's the worst part. It was so looked into. It was just a nothing burger.
Like, I feel like there were federal investigators who got involved.
It was definitely way deeper than it should have been, and they were probably like, okay.
Like, I'm pretty sure I know one of the equipment dudes' names, which nobody should
It's
know.
probably just like Jack.
It's like Brian McAnally or some shit like that.
Yeah, that checks out.
Just some, middle-aged Bostoner helping the boys out.
Yep. Part of the team, though.
Probably got a few rings.
He might brag
Oh, I would.
that he was the deflator.
Like, yeah, I deflated those balls.
We won because of me. Ask Jim Irsay.
Guess what? They're a regulation. Maybe a 0.5 below when Gronk spiked it.
Doesn't matter. I deflated him.
God, so weird. So weird.
I can't believe that was a thing.
And, like, nothing came of it. Like,
No.
league-wide, like, no one's checking the balls.
Nope.
Every team has. Nobody cares.
Nope.
So, you know what? Why didn't Kyle Shanahan say post-Super Bowl, we had that game locked up.
Balls were flat after halftime.
Could have had a pick, but it was so flat that, it didn't fit right in his hand.
I mean, you saw Mahomes throwing those ducks in the second half. Balls had to be flat. That dude doesn't throw anything but spirals.
Exactly.
But no, instead he took the loss on the chin like a loser.
Nerd.
Couldn't be me. Well, I guess he didn't really take it. Steve Wilkes took the loss on the chin.
And maybe one day we'll have a blast of the past of the Niners apparently not knowing OT rules.
No, they said they did.
Which, again, doesn't matter, I don't think. But we'll get there.
It doesn't. It doesn't change the fact that you didn't get a touchdown.
Who was that from this week? Our boy Larry?
Yeah.
Legend.
He's a big Pats fan. So
Larry Legend.
he wants us to talk about anything that has
Well,
ever
that
happened
works
in
because there's a
Brady's
lot
career.
of good things with the Pats that we can cover there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of. I mean, that's 2 of the 3 scandals
maybe,
covered.
Maybe Spygate next. Who knows?
Yeah.
But as always, send those in to the Sports and Stogies at Gmail or just text us, talk to us. You guys know how to get things into the show. NFL-wise, how about the award winners that came out?
I did all right. I got 3 correct.
I got none. But how about 4 of the 8 brownies?
I was shocked about Coach of the Year.
For sure. I'm shocked by comeback, too. Just I didn't think they'd actually do it.
I didn't think so either, but I wasn't super shocked.
The MVP, of course, Lamar, which post-award, I've seen a lot of pushback for him. Like, people are comparing his numbers to, like, 2015 Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, whatever.
Did you guys watch games this year?
No.
Clearly.
It's just people who have access to the internet that shouldn't. Hot take. You should take an IQ test before you're allowed to have internet in your house.
It's not hot at all. I fully support it.
I think there's a lot of things that should have intelligent tests before, but we don't need to get into that.
Oh, I mean, we can't. We can't post-break.
It gets very dystopian very quickly.
I think if your IQ is above a certain level, you shouldn't be allowed on X.
Also agreed.
That should be like
That should be the place.
80 and below is all.
That
X.
should be the place where they all go.
Which it probably already is right now, honestly.
It's definitely most of them. But then there's like athletes who get involved, and it's like, you're smarter than that, man.
Gotta be.
And Elon said like 45% of X accounts are fake troll farms from other countries, anyways. So it's like, who's really even on there?
Honestly, nobody.
Sports and Stogies? Is that the only real people? Allegedly real people?
Yeah. Can neither confirm nor deny.
I don't know.
OPOY, of course, which
Christian
you nailed.
McCaffrey.
No shock there. Cleared. And if there was ever a year that a running back could win MVP, it could have made a case for this year.
Yeah.
DPOY, again, you nailed.
Myles Garrett.
And I want you to put your case out here because, again, I've seen a lot of pushback that it should have been TJ or Micah.
It should have been TJ or Micah or blah, 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 whatever. It wasn't. That's my answer. It wasn't.
Simple as that.
Yeah, get over it. TJ Watt gets double teamed like less than 15%.
2%.
Less than 15% of the time. Myles Garrett is 25% and above. And they have comparable stats. The same argument was used when Aaron Donald won over TJ Watt. When you are getting a free pass to the quarterback, your stats are going to be inflated. Every single time. Welcome to life. It's like, oh, why do safeties usually get more picks than corners? Well, because they don't have to face guard somebody. They can watch the ball.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
If you watch the goddamn game.
It's not this complicated. And if anything, I would say that Max Crosby got robbed.
That was my thing. I think I'm cool with Myles, but second place should have been Max.
Agreed. If not first place.
God, butthurt Steelers fans, dude.
That's all it is.
Oh, my God, they're so annoying.
That's all it is.
And honestly, who cares? The dude's he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
He's the only people that care are
the
Steelers
best
fans.
of his generation. How many DPOYs did LT have? Exactly. Nobody knows.
Out of the 4 defensive players candidates, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt. TJ Watt was the lowest in tackles for loss, non-sacks percentage, total pressures, win rate, true pass sets, win percentage, double team rate. He was second to last in the pass rush win rate. He was the lowest in snaps per pressure. He was the lowest in snaps per HQ pressure. He was the lowest in pressure quality ratio. He was the lowest in grade over expected. He was the lowest in difficult of assignment. He was the lowest in impact rate. He was the lowest in disruption rate. He was the lowest in adjustment disruption rate. And the lowest in defensive DVOA rankings.
And again, all while getting double teamed the least.
Correct.
But he drops back in coverage more. His numbers are going to be worse.
He's a linebacker. He's supposed to drop back in coverage 15% of the time.
So does Micah.
Exactly.
Micah was first in a lot of those categories.
Correct.
So, Shuddy, get out of here.
Yeah, you guys are idiots. Advanced statistics never lie.
Again, just watch the games, dude.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Watch other games besides just your Steelers.
That would be a big step in the right direction to being a football fan.
No, what a crazy concept that is.
But let's not impede too much on the lovely city of Pittsburgh.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. I would say your best call this year.
CJ Stroud, legend. Go find the exact quote on that one. Because
again, I'm pretty sure you said ceiling like 4,800 yards, 35 tutties, 10 picks. And I was like, okay.
I think I said floor was like 3,500, 25 scores, and like 10 picks.
I was like, bro, as a floor, that's even ridiculous. Look what happened.
ESPN, I am open to taking a scout position for offensive players, not defensive players.
You can graduate.
Well, actually, I'm 1 for 2 in my predictions since the show started. So maybe I'll take some.
Hey, that's still a solid percentage.
Some defensive players. Give me corners. Corners only.
By the way, of course, MVP, I had Herbie. We know how that went. I had Micah, DPOY, so again, close
Robbed.
there. Not robbed, because I do watch games, and I understand statistics. OPOY, Garrett Wilson, who
Could have been.
should have been.
Would have been.
Defensive rookie, thought I had it.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter kind of faltered down the stretch.
Will Anderson sneakily.
Playing hurt, too, only playing like 20 snaps a game. Didn't matter.
Sneakily won Defensive Rookie of the Year.
And now the 4th time ever, and now back-to-back years, where a team has had both offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
It was Garrett Wilson last year. For some reason, I thought it was Chris Olave.
Nah, Wilson and Sauce. Before that was the Saints with, I think, Thomas and Lattimore.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, someone in this, like, 74, I think.
Yep. Big Bob Joe.
Dude, Bob Joe was a dog.
Yeah, and I think...
Randy Simmons.
Are you sure? I thought it was Kennison Williams.
No, that was 77, and the offensive guy didn't win it that year.
Big Ken Dog.
He got robbed, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a clear robbery.
How much of that could be true? Like honestly, if we
Half.
were sitting there, like on an ESPN show, and we just started naming dudes from the 50s that we know weren't real, how many people are going to look that up?
All of them. If you talk like you know what you're talking about, people believe you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to look it up.
If we say, John Reginald Jones won the Heisman in 1974, like 4.
Maybe not the 70s. We'd have to wait a while to bring up the 70s, I think.
I don't know. How many people really know 70s Heisman winners? Especially this show's demographic.
That's true. We can say anything we want here.
Correct.
And people would just be like, sounds right.
ESPN, I guess, you got to go a little bit older.
Saying, like, go back to the 30s. You're like, yep, Big John Dovak.
Curly Johnson.
And, like, you just say names that aren't real names because that's usually how it works. Like John Dovak, that sounds like a person who played football.
And was a beast, too.
Exactly. The
40
Dovinator,
carries
dude.
a game. Averaged 1.9 yards per carry. Best athlete in the world. Went the 6'8", 40. Concussed every single play.
Because we just had leather helmets.
So yeah, nice for Will Anderson there. Comeback player.
Big Joe.
Who would have thought?
The
Again, I wish Shane
original
was here.
Cool Joe.
Correct.
Yes,
Because, little known fact, he's actually older than Joe Namath.
correct. Well, that was Hollywood Joe.
Well, I call him
Right.
Joe Cool also. But he was Hollywood Joe. Broadway Joe. And
Broadway Joe is what it was. Yeah.
I guess Montana was Joe
Nothing.
Cool. But
Was a nerd. Carried by Jerry Rice. Overrated.
you know what? That's a debate that's definitely an off-season debate.
Are these guys overrated? Honestly, we can just bring
Because-
a list of guys.
It's tough to compare eras because, all right, so going back to the thank you. Mahomes is number 2 now, right?
It's hard to say no.
Honestly.
In the talent department, he's definitely top 5.
Talent, maybe 1. Maybe 2 behind Rodgers and Marino.
Rodgers is still the most talented quarterback to ever play the game.
I'll go Marino too. But yeah, in terms of talent and resume, at this point already,
He's top 5.
he's top 3.
You could argue he's top 3.
And I think he's probably top 2.
You could definitely make the case, especially if Joe Montana is overrated.
Oh, next week for sure. Because we need some off-season content, and that's spicy.
Are these dudes overrated? We could go across all sports with that.
Oh, yeah.
That could just be a new segment, especially, or at least an off-season segment.
What do you think is tougher to compare eras in, NBA or NFL?
NFL.
You think
100%.
games changed more?
Yeah. Unless you're
Especially
talking
offensively.
like pre 3-point line, then it's a little tougher. But once you got the 3-point line and all the scoring's been the same, the points per game hasn't went up that much from the 80s to now. So, yeah, defense has gotten worse, sort of. But again, points per game has not went up that drastically. Player size has not went up that much as far as the average height player versus the average height player now. So there's a lot more similarities in the eras of NBA than there is NFL, I think. Because in the 80s and 90s, you didn't have quarterbacks like Josh Allen running around, jumping over linebackers. You didn't have Lamar Jacksons.
And again, with all the rule changes to benefit offense too.
You didn't have the average guy throwing 5,000 yards.
And hey, not to say if you put, Montana in today's game, he wouldn't put up 5,000 yards.
I'd have to see it.
But we don't know.
He's overrated.
Save it.
This week's just going to be all film then. That's what I'm into. I like Joe Montana film this week.
We know the most overrated player of all time that we have watched film on. He's a running back.
Ugh.
A lot of arm tackles.
Lot of arm tackles.
That might get us some serious hate. Might be sacrilegious.
That would.
Watch the film. Watch the film.
That is like, that'd be like burning the Bible at a church, dude.
It's close up there. Yeah. Coach of the Year is, again, I think we were both shocked.
Probably the most adversity.
Yeah, I don't want to say he didn't deserve it because they did overcome a lot, but I don't think it was because of him per se.
Yeah, I think it should have been Dan or D'Amico, in my opinion.
D'Amico had my vote for sure, especially being a first-year guy with a rookie quarterback and the youngest team in the league.
To make the playoffs and win a playoff game.
Against that Coach of the Year.
And completely out-coaching
yeah.
that Coach of the Year.
And then a well-deserved Assistant Coach of the Year.
Jim Schwartz.
Which I'm glad they actually gave recognition to.
Yeah. Majority, the only thing was the games we lost, we lost the same way every time. And it was play actions over the middle. That was our...
Not adjusting to it.
Even last year, honestly, since I've really been paying attention to the analytics of football, Browns getting beat over the middle is the easiest way to just throttle us.
See, I had Doug Peterson, Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
It's not a great track for it.
I had Zach Taylor, so he never even started.
Quality year, though.
But, yeah,
all things considered.
With Jake Browning and them still finishing, 9-8?
Yeah. Again, not because of Zach Taylor, I don't think, but on the adversity point.
Yeah, just another...
Overachieved.
Yeah, overachieved, definitely.
We also had the Hall of Fame inductees of this class, including Dwight Freeney, obvious.
Yeah.
Julius Peppers, obvious.
100%.
Andre Johnson finally gets in. Patrick Willis. I thought they might make him wait just because of the length of his career.
Patrick Willis? Oh, no way.
But clear,
that's
should have been first
Luke
ballot.
Kuechly level.
Yeah, who I think is eligible next year.
Yeah, like Luke Kuechly is going to be a Hall of Famer.
And again,
he
should be
played
first
like
ballot.
6 years, but the guy won like 3 DPOYs and led the league in tackles like every single year.
By a significant margin.
And had a ton of forced fumbles, picks. The guy was a freaking beast.
Devin Hester finally gets in. Thank God.
About time.
I didn't think they would.
Was his first year eligible was what, last year?
I want to say 2 years ago.
Or 2 years ago? That's not bad. 3 years? It's pretty good.
And I know they're weird about first ballot, but when you're the best to ever do it at what you did.
Yeah, like Adam Vinatieri was a first ballot Hall of Fame kicker. And yeah, he was just a kicker. But Devin Hester should have 100% been a first ballot Hall of Fame
and not just
returner.
The best, but far and away
the
best return man ever.
Yeah.
I mean, who's two? Dion?
Cordell Patterson.
Underrated.
Very underrated
Gets
return
no
man.
love at all.
The guy is a phenomenal return man.
No love. And then for the veterans pick, Steve
Wow.
McMichael.
What about Darren Sproles? He was a
I thought about that.
quick, speedy return man.
Underrated player in general. So much fun to watch. Steve McMichael of the 85 Bears, nose tackle. Of course, they had the thing on SportsCenter. The saddest thing of all time. I think he has ALS. Pretty much can't move or talk. And his wife is like, he's going to go to Canton and be on stage. He might die on stage, but we're taking him home. We're taking him there. I'm sitting there watching it, and they show the old footage of him. Like, I mean, the life of that defense. Character, like a pro wrestler almost.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Mongo. And to see him like, oh, God, it's just, that'll make a grown man cry.
The grown man's about to cry, dude.
Nah, not here.
I saw your eyes glossing.
If we had a clip on right here, easy.
I saw your eyes glossing.
And then last but not least, I know you're a big fan of Mr. Randy Gradishar.
Favorite.
Bronco linebacking legend.
He probably had 73 tackles.
Some say he carried John Elway to a few rings.
Believable. Another
Also,
guy.
known overrated dude. And then I guess let's go on a couple quick news things. We hired Mike Zimmer, DC. I like it. Maybe a little old school for the team, but I think it's kind of what we need.
Yeah.
Great defensive mind. Should be a good fit. And the Niners fire Steve Wilkes.
Deservedly so.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't know what a QB spy is. And he used that stupid ass cover zero blitz.
I was going to touch on that in the game breakdown.
God, what an idiot.
I mean, Shanahan had to call a timeout just because he hated the coverage out there.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be
idiot,
happening
man.
at any point, let alone the Super Bowl.
That is the dumbest play.
And also, if you look at the numbers, I've seen some Niners fans talking. The defense honestly underachieved all year.
Yes, they did.
For the talent they had, they were like 15th,
Yeah.
give or take.
No, it
in
wasn't
a lot
great.
of
Yeah,
a lot of
it wasn't.
stats.
It wasn't great.
And that kind of falls on Steve Wilkes' shoulders. Now, it's tough to match up with Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans. I mean, some of the great coordinators they've had recently that have since become one great head coach, one
Semi-successful.
could be great head coach,
Yeah.
but a significant step down, and now probably not going to get picked up. I don't even know what jobs are left.
I don't think there are any right now. Maybe you
Besides-
go assist.
Besides the Niners, I guess.
Maybe you assist somewhere. Well, I mean, the Niners could probably
Did they
have
promote
whoever they
somebody?
want.
They're like linebacker coach or
I
whatever.
don't know. They could probably have whoever they want.
I've heard talks of you bring in Bill Belichick to take over the defense. I don't think Bill would want to do that.
I don't think Bill would ever go West Coast.
He's not a West Coast guy.
No, he's not. I don't think he would ever go West Coast.
Although maybe he's sick and tired of, being out in the cold all the time, in the rain.
Nah, he'll go south before he goes west.
Pops the hoodie off.
That would be us no chance.
Or he goes just hoodie, no sleeves underneath.
No pants.
He's rocking some jorts on the sideline, dude.
With a hoodie. Jorts and hoodie, dude.
But they would be going back to the number one defense by a wide margin. And again, 3 months later, the actual breakdown of the game. Why did the Chiefs win? First of all, I want to give Shane some props. He called Chris Jones being a playmaker, difference maker. Worked out.
He also said some
And he
things
called,
that weren't
well-
true.
Yes, we'll get there too. And he called the kicking game being a big difference. And that made a significant impact.
Jake Moody didn't miss, though.
It's the extra point.
Well, yeah, but they lost by a touchdown, not a...
Well, yeah, but it played a factor. But one thing he was not right about, which he was most adamant about.
Was Brock Purdy not expanding the pocket?
Now, I'm no genius, but when I watched the game, I did see Brock Purdy expanding the pocket.
Probably every other play.
Too much, because he had to.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it came down to bad luck
No.
on the Niners' part.
Nope. Nope.
Chiefs fumbled 5 times,
Doesn't matter.
recovered 4.
Does not matter. This game is 150% on Steve Wilkes' terrible defensive scheming, especially in overtime. Mahomes had you're only rushing 4 the entire game, and not one time, not once, did you set up a QB spy on Patrick Mahomes.
Which we also talked about in the breakdown. Like, Mahomes will scramble, he will make plays, and he's going to beat you late when you wouldn't expect a 30-yard scramble.
Why on earth? You're rushing 4 the entire game. You have one guy that has no assignment. He is an extra guy. Make it your second linebacker. Man Fred Warner to Travis Kelce the entire game. Your second linebacker, who's normally pass rushing, should be the QB spy. Every time.
If they had Greenlaw, would he play that differently?
Stats before and after Greenlaw also do play a factor. Because
Got to, right?
The Chiefs' offense was like almost negative
Oh,
with
yeah.
Greenlaw on the
Yeah.
field. But, again,
that
aside from that,
bad luck
no
factor.
excuses. Why especially, let's just look at overtime. It's 4th down. You get beat on a scramble, they get a first down. It's 4th down again. You get beat on a scramble again. Why was there not what were we doing there? The second to last play, you pull Nick Bosa into coverage and leave a wide open hole right where he was. Why was Nick Bosa going into coverage? Why is that even on the playbook? Where one of the best pass rushers in the entire NFL is going into coverage.
Was perplexed.
When he is not, he's a defensive end. This isn't TJ Watt going
Not a
into
linebacker.
coverage. This isn't Micah Parsons going into coverage. Guys that are linebackers. This is a defensive end, Nick Bosa. He's got the helmet that only linemen are allowed to have. Why is he going into coverage? Why is he covering a flat?
That's the genius of Steve Wilkes.
What does Nick Bosa know about pass coverage?
He shouldn't know anything.
Nick Bosa knows, I hit that guy. I hit quarterback.
I've got blinders on. I'm going to beat this guy in front of me, beat the guy behind him, and then tackle that goofy running dude back there.
Yeah, one of those 2 guys. There's 2 guys that stand back there a little bit further from the offensive line. That's who I have to hit.
You know, I'm hitting both. Why not?
Probably.
You know what I'm not doing? Dropping out into the flat to play zone coverage.
Standing there with no idea what's going on.
Like, you just took him out of the play.
Yeah, intentionally.
That is the biggest, like, try to be too cute play call.
Then you rush 3? You're already only rushing 4.
And not spying.
It wasn't a blitz.
And it's not like you spied Nick Bosa,
No.
which also wouldn't be a great play call.
It wouldn't, but it would have been better.
Significantly better.
He was getting blocked for like half a second before he dropped into the flat. What are you doing? Is this Madden?
No, because
That's a play you accidentally hit on Madden.
And, like, you can't audible in time.
No, yeah, you didn't realize you thought, then you check, and you're like, oh.
I switched the wrong guy.
And
Damn it.
Yeah. Like, what was that?
Again, I mean, there's a reason the guy got fired. Like, immediately after the game.
Yes. And it was because of overtime.
So, again, any stock into the Niners players not knowing the rules?
No, they knew.
If they didn't know,
There was probably
it didn't matter
There was
anyway.
probably one guy who didn't know.
Also, I wouldn't admit that post-game. Like, keep your mouth shut, first of all.
Yeah, because you known all year.
Yeah. But again, if you didn't, it doesn't,
But again, it was
it shouldn't change.
probably the guy who backed up Greenlaw.
Well, Juszczyk said it first. But again, you're
he's
fullback.
not paying attention in team meetings.
Yeah,
he knows his job.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't affect
It's
what your job
honestly
is.
kind of funny hearing it from Juszczyk
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that kind of fits.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to know what the rules are. He knows what he has to do, and he's going to do
And
it.
that goes for every guy on the field. You go out there and score a touchdown, whether the game's over or not, your goal is to go score a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, if they would have used him, Juszczyk, a little bit more in overtime, probably would have.
Again, we nailed that too. Juszczyk's going to make significant plays. Guess what he did?
Yeah,
and in overtime, not enough.
How'd that catch feel?
Which one? The Juszczyk one?
The catch.
The catch?
Sorry, the air quotations catch. How'd that feel?
You know.
Times change, right?
Yeah. It was a long time ago.
You didn't feel that refracture in your heart when that catch was called?
I've put so much concrete over those cracks that it's impenetrable now.
Ah, dude,
it's a long time ago.
That was a crack that you avoid stepping on to save your mother's back, dude.
I mean, one of these days, Mama Kel's going to go down hard.
When they said that catch was good.
Well, the thing is, I knew they would. Because the year after, the non-catch, they started calling those plays catches.
And you were like, man, what could have been?
I'm just glad we got the rule changed,
Yeah.
Look on the bright side.
Yeah. Is that our next blast of the past?
Oh, you know what? I have thought about that, honestly. And then, honestly,
what if that was a catch?
Let's be honest, it wouldn't have mattered. We would have lost the next game anyway. I'm not naive like that.
Oh, then maybe you guys never lose Dez?
Maybe. It shouldn't. I don't think it would affect that all that much.
Never know.
There's no guarantee we even win that game, honestly.
Bigger chance.
Yeah, but it's still Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and it is still Tony Romo.
Underrated. I'm serious. We'll do blind resumes next week. I guarantee you I'll get you to pick Romo over a guy that you love. Numbers back it up, dude.
No, it is. But it's funny because the 17 broken collarbones at the end of his career ruined his numbers. And that's the legacy he left.
And you got to mention Romo, too, getting a ton of flack for his final call.
Yeah.
Which, live, honestly, I didn't even notice it that much. I didn't really care.
You're not paying attention?
No, not at all. I think he's getting too much hate, honestly, but it wasn't good.
Wasn't great.
It wasn't great at all. But dude, shut up for at least 10 seconds.
Just 10.
They're going to come back to you later anyway.
Yeah.
Break it down then. He should have been saying, still talking about, why are you dropping Nick Bosa back in coverage?
Exactly.
Focus on that point, Tony.
You should have.
Chiefs repeat next year?
There's no way they get a three-peat.
Be unheard of.
We'll see. If they're the most penalized offensive line in the league next year, put the house on it.
Halftime show, thoughts?
It was great.
I loved it.
That was like one of the best I've ever seen.
Which we knew it would be, right? We didn't know for sure that Lil Jon and Luda were coming out.
I had my doubts.
But we had hopes.
Dude, when Will.i.am came out, I was like, what is Kanye West doing here?
I didn't know that was Will.i.am.
Yeah, I was like, what is Kanye West doing here? He doesn't have any features on Usher. And then they sang the song. I'm like, that's Will.i.am? Why is he wearing a mask?
Yeah. Odd choice.
I 100% was convinced that was Kanye West, dude.
I don't think Kanye would feature.
There's no songs that they have together.
Yeah, Kanye would. If it was Kanye, he'd be the only person on stage.
He would bring some people.
Maybe his new wife.
Probably.
That's about it. Yeah, Lil Jon shows up and Luda comes out.
Luda looking like Scooby dressed up on the plane.
Locked up for sure.
That fro is insane.
Very well kept.
I ended up going back and watching the Sweet Victory SpongeBob one that they did on the Nickelodeon broadcast.
Iconic.
It was awful.
Wasn't?
They didn't use the clip from the show. They used like this shitty new animation.
How do you mess that up?
Yeah, they used the new animation style that they're doing, and it was dumb.
Trash.
Same audio, but they completely trashed it.
Trash.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
Speaking of weird audio, have you seen that they already erased the Alicia Keys? Like her first note was way off, right?
Oh, her voice crack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they edited out of all the footage now. like it never happened.
That is weird.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm just glad to show she was actually singing.
Yeah.
Because most of these have gotten better the past couple years. They're all like pre-recorded, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as Usher came out, I'm like, oh, he's actually singing. That's dope.
Yeah.
And then she comes out.
And
And she's lost some of her voice.
Well, yeah,
but,
naturally.
Yeah, it wasn't even that egregious.
But yeah, it was relatively good overall.
And Usher was all over that too.
Dude, and then like her piano in the dress like flowed the same way.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the pre-recorded guitar solo that she was just butchering the mimic of.
Because she can really play.
I know.
She's very
She
talented.
recorded that
Yeah.
in advance.
But again, especially instrumentals.
But it's so hard to recreate it
Yeah.
without actually playing it.
Yeah. Like, you're not even plugged in. You can't hear you probably forgot what you actually recorded. Because a lot of that is just improv.
That's the other thing, too. It's like, at least, maybe, I don't even know, like, play a different solo, but actually play it instead of just pretending like playing it. I don't know. There was probably a way to make that better.
Yeah, but there's not much she can do there. You can't blame her for that.
No, I don't. But I thought it was hilarious. And people will think that she didn't actually play the solo that it was playing.
Which is also, you clearly don't know music or don't know her at all.
Yeah.
That one chick falling off the stage, the one dancer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We noticed that live.
That never happens.
It's like, what? What?
That never happens.
Imagine
if that would have happened last year.
I was just going to say that. She's dead.
You just slip and fall. Usher almost eating shit on the rollerblades or roller skates.
Close.
That was hilarious.
Close. But a great setup there, too, though.
Great save.
Didn't expect the skates to come out.
Neither did I. And I didn't expect him. For some reason, I didn't think he would skate either. That's not something that people just do.
Yeah,
like,
but
who
a
skates?
man that naturally talented, what's he going to do, not skate?
I mean, that's true.
The overall, I loved it.
Yeah, Lil Jon coming out of the crowd
Dude.
naturally.
We flipped out when that happened.
It's because TB was right.
And again, we all knew he was, like, they had to show up, right?
Yeah, I was shocked about will.i.am. I was like, whoa.
I was still
Usher.
is that Daft Punk?
Usher brought out all of the features.
Yeah, there was like 6 people.
Yeah. Alicia Keys, Lil Jon, Luda, will.i.am.
And a lesser known guy, too, at least for me, that really didn't even get any spotlight, but he was out there.
Oh, yeah. He like talked.
Yeah,
kinda.
pretty much.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
But overall, great production, great game. First half, maybe boring if you don't like defense.
That was still
It was a
overall
good chess match.
game.
I enjoyed it, yeah. And matched the hype. And of course, everything went according to script, as expected.
Yep.
But no proposal.
Minus the engagement.
No proposal.
Yeah, no proposal. Although Jason Kelsey in the Rey Mysterio mask, DJing with Marshmello, is my new favorite thing of all time.
How did we not draft Jason Kelsey in the cool guy draft?
He's up there. I don't think we've seen enough of Jason Kelsey. That's why. I don't watch New Heights.
Nah,
I just see
a
clips.
clip here and there.
So I just see that he does cool things sometimes. I don't know how consistent they are.
He seems pretty consistent.
If I had to guess, he is.
I guess we have to mention it now. Again, I almost forget about it because it seems so long ago. Do we care about Travis flipping out on Andy Reid?
No.
That happens all the time.
Yes. And when he bumped into him a little too hard, he grabbed his arm to make sure he wasn't going to fall down.
And also, he was right.
He was.
Give me the ball, coach. What are you doing?
No. That's not why he flipped out. He flipped out because Noah Gray was the lead
They
blocker.
pulled him off, yeah.
And Travis Kelsey was not in the game.
Yeah. And I was at, one target prior to that? That had to factor in as well.
It was the fumble play.
Yeah, correct.
Noah Gray was the lead blocker for Isaiah Pacheco, missed his block, and that's why Isaiah Pacheco fumbled. Is it because Noah Gray missed his block? Travis Kelsey doesn't miss that block.
Not a chance.
So, yes, I would be very angry too. When I saw it in real time, I was like, why is Travis Kelsey not on the field?
Which is so weird because Andy does not do things like that.
No, he doesn't.
Especially with your best player who wasn't like banged up or anything.
I have no idea. There were a lot of decisions that were made that neither team should have won.
Yeah, both coaches had some weird decisions. Very unlike them. But yeah, I see. Not a problem. Players get heated all the time. They know they have a great relationship. I'd see nothing wrong with that.
Agreed.
And again, he was right. So,
Yes, he was.
but now I see all the people on, all the Swifties like, oh, that's such a red flag. He's an angry
he's
guy.
gonna
He's
just-
probably beating her.
He's just going to beat the shit out of Taylor Swift
Like,
now.
come on, dude, really?
Like, oh, sorry. I didn't realize that he had to move out of his house because of himself. No, he had to move out of his house because of Taylor Swift fans stalking them.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah,
He had to move?
he moved.
How?
I think it was when he bought that house in the gated community. That was why. He had no intentions of moving, but he had to buy a new house because he said there were Taylor Swift fans just sitting outside of his house.
Could you imagine
Like
living like that?
camping outside of his house.
Could you imagine, one, living like that with people outside your house, and then two, camping outside somebody's house?
Yeah, sure. Him yelling at his coach is a red flag. What about you being psychotic and a stalker?
That's putting it nicely.
What about you being a psychotic stalker
That's a red flag, dude.
to somebody who doesn't care about you?
Yeah.
Newsflash. Taylor Swift is a humanitarian. Yes. She is a very charitable person. But Nicole, she does not care about you personally.
Not at all. Doesn't even know who you are.
No. Those people camping out of Travis's house, if she knew who you were, you would be banned from her concerts. Because you are an insane person.
Even if Taylor was the best woman of all time, best girlfriend, wife, whatever you want, whatever they're going to end up being, I can't imagine having to deal with that level of fame 24/7, 365.
Well, her fans are probably the ones who ruin her relationships every time.
You got to factor in.
It's got to be a
And
big
I mean, at
factor.
this point, I wouldn't blame Travis if he said, maybe we call things off here,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either.
He would be murdered.
No, he wouldn't. Nothing's happened to literally any of her other boyfriends.
Yeah, but they've never gotten this much publicity either.
They've all...
Not at this level.
The difference is he was also already famous. Like, in a professional sport that is one of the biggest in the world.
For sure, yeah.
So, yes, Romanian pop stars maybe not as famous.
Big in Romania, though.
But, yeah, I mean, you can't be that dumb, people. Just be a normal person. Taylor Swift is a person. Travis Kelce is a person. They're just people. Like, sure, is there going to be a little bit of starstruck if you ever seen them in public? Sure. Naturally. But just have a conversation. Just say hi.
Little head nod, dude.
Little head nod. And then tell all your friends that you saw them in public.
Like, I've honestly thought about, dare I say, daydreamed about if I ever see Chappelle in public, like what I would do. And like, yeah, I'd be like, what's up, Dave?
Because he just wants to be a normal person.
Yeah. I know one thing. You don't see me camping outside Dave Chappelle's house.
No, because he would probably murder you.
Shoot me, dude.
There's
bird shark, buckshot.
There's There's a reason why Dave Chappelle bought 140 acres of woods and just cut down like 3 acres of it.
In the middle of nowhere, Ohio.
Yeah, it's so people don't just come to his house.
And the thing is, too, like, people know where Dave is.
Yeah,
But again, there's nobody camping outside his house.
correct.
Even, like, when he walks through town.
And I'll be honest, it's probably because all the people in that town hate him.
They're all pretty laid back, pretty cool.
Yeah, but like his comedy kind of goes against that entire town's.
Lately, it has.
So,
But I think he's built up so much goodwill.
I mean,
that
he's pretty much made Yellow Springs what it is.
that definitely helped.
Especially if that comedy club he has there ever opens up.
Shane Gillis comes to town.
Which he already does.
Well, yeah, but
But
now you guys, after
Oh.
being on the Sandler movies,
I think Mac McCluster is going to Cleveland this
I
year.
did see that. I'd love to see him in person. Guys, what a bro.
What a dude.
My entire YouTube suggested is all just Matt and Shane clips.
Yeah.
And they never get old. I'll rewatch the same clip 5 times a week, even.
Honestly, you just watch a 30-minute long compilation. Just
Yeah.
restart it once you get to the 30 minutes.
And I still laugh just as hard every time.
Yeah.
You want to go break for NBA?
We just do an ad read real quick.
Knock it out. You got the card there?
Yep.
This episode brought to you by the one, the only,
Evan Keaton, ACE certified personal trainer. Reach out to Evan with all of your fitness needs at allthingsfitness15@gmail.com. His cell phone number, 937-308-6324, or his website where he has information on his fitness classes and videos, allthingsfit.org.
again, brings the gym to you, brings the equipment to you, and of course, ACE certified, as mentioned.
ACE certified.
NBA, 2 weeks worth of news to catch up on. Although 1 week was cut short because of the All-Star break, which we'll definitely talk about. First things first, right after the break, Nets fire Jacques Vaughn. Kind of out of the blue. I don't think it matters all that much.
I want to say it's coaching is why they're not performing well. They've just been an abysmal franchise pretty much for their entirety. They just get guys who are old but were all-stars at one time.
Yeah, players have talked about him losing the locker room and being a reason they don't get free agents.
Maybe, I guess.
I don't know if Jacques Vaughn is the reason they don't get free agents.
It's probably because nobody wants to play there. I mean, it's in Brooklyn. Who wants to play?
I don't think it matters where it's at. Just
that's
the
part
franchise.
of it. Like, a lot of people don't want to live in New York. Like, because a lot of athletes look at, like, what the tax systems are like wherever they're going and all that stuff, too. And I guarantee you, New York can't be.
I think it's right behind Cali.
Yeah.
But players love going to Cali.
Cali's a lot different, though, because you're not only are you already publicized, but now you're with other people who are also, like, your connections that are being made. New York is like, it's still like mafia. Like, if you're not born in New York and celebrity in New York, you're nothing. Like, it's a very close-knit.
And also, like, the Knicks just totally overshadow the Nets. Because, like, the Knicks kind of have some of that West Coast thing. Like, Spike Lee's always there. Celebrities are always there.
Exactly.
But
Well,
the media is
it's
so
the
harsh,
Garden.
too, you know?
It's the Garden.
Yeah, landmark. But New York media, sports media is so harsh.
Yeah. And like I said, especially, like, you got to be there for a couple years. Like, it's not something like LeBron James could go to the Nets, and they'd be like, missing threes?
Not even top 10 all time.
And then 3 years later, they'd be like, GOAT. That's my GOAT.
And, like, yes, the KD, Kyrie, Harden thing didn't work out. But they were also very, very hard on those guys.
Exactly.
And to a degree, rightfully so.
To an extent.
But look what they did to Ben Simmons, too.
Exactly.
Maybe the harshest treatment of any player, besides maybe Russ, that's gotten the most undeserved hate.
I agree.
And I'm not a Ben Simmons fan, by any means. But, man.
I make some great points.
Rumor has it. Rumor has it.
Especially about Ben Simmons.
God, I wish Shane was here. Let's see. Isaiah Stewart not only punched a guy whose name I don't have, but actually arrested.
That's insane.
Punched him in the tunnel pregame.
Pre-game, got arrested post-game.
If that happened during the game, not arrested.
I've never heard of anyone, like Draymond Green didn't get arrested when he freaking threw a spinning back fist at whoever that was.
Which time?
Exactly.
Which of his 19 assaults have not gone, prosecuted?
Yeah, what a weird move. And who called the police? Like, was it the guy who pressed charges? Or?
Yeah, I think, him and the team.
What a nerd.
Right?
Such a loser.
Right.
That dude's never re-signing a new contract.
He's like, I got sucker punched. Come on, dude.
Who cares?
And also, I find it hard to believe he just sucker punched you for no reason, right?
Also true. Nobody just punches people for no reason.
We don't know the whole story.
I will say, Isaiah Stewart is very easily triggered.
Dog. Old school enforcer type.
Yeah, he is very easily fired up.
He would have fought LeBron if he didn't get stopped.
He has a very, very low fuse. Very small fuse.
Some would say maybe an anger issue.
It's like if you flip the lighter, it would immediately explode. Like, that's how short the fuse is.
But somebody had to flip that lighter.
But somebody flipped the lighter.
I don't think he just walked out of the tunnel, saw this dude, and thought, "Oh, let me get him."
No, he didn't.
Why I oughta. Yeah, something happened there.
Something that maybe he was like, "Hey, you suck." Even
Boom.
that would have done it.
Boom. I mean, that's right. That's earned.
That's easy. That's how easy it is to get Isaiah Stewart fired up.
But yeah, come on, dude. Don't be a man.
What a nerd.
You know, I'm not even gonna look his name up. Not worth dignifying.
I don't want to know.
I think it's a European fella. Probably a Frenchman.
Definitely a Frenchman, dude.
Not Rudy Gobert, though.
He threw up the white flag as soon as he could.
That's actually why he got punched. Isaiah's like, dude, you're a bitch.
Say you're French? That means I know you won't fight back. Bow!
You just ordered a croissant? What, dude? It's go time.
There better be sausage, egg, and cheese on that thing.
You got a creme fraiche? What the hell, dude?
Oh, man.
Some trade deadline news here. I love what the Mavs did. Got PJ Washington for apparently too fat, too talkative Grant Williams and Seth Curry.
Is that something they said about Grant Williams?
Apparently he was too yappy, was the quote.
And
also out of shape.
He's definitely a D1 yapper.
And, I mean, obviously didn't perform very well.
Yeah. D1 yapper, though, for sure.
First round pick.
Yeah. You can't be yapping like that and out of shape.
You got to earn it.
You got to at least be good if you're going to yap.
And they also bring in Daniel Gafford.
Which you love.
Have not lost 6 straight since that move. He's exactly what they've needed. And PJ as well. Some actual front court length, depth. You don't have to do much. Just play defense. You can both space the floor. I think PJ shoots like 38% from 3.
Yeah, give or take.
After years of Dwight Powell, now you got Lively, you got PJ, you got Gafford now. You got rid of Reggie Bullock. Timmy Hardaway is going to be 6th man of the year.
Sounds like somebody's starting to get their hopes up
Oh,
about
man.
another Dallas team.
I feel like more hope about this Dallas team, actually.
Whoa.
You know why? There's no Mike McCarthy out
The
there.
less successful Dallas team.
I
all
mean,
time.
who's won a title more recently? Huh?
More recent, but who's got more?
Well, they've also been around much longer.
That's besides the point.
If we go, title by year.
Well, even if you go since, what, I think 89 or 90 was when
Give or take, yeah.
the Mavericks came about. So even if
still-
you go since then.
3-1. But since the turn of the century,
Since the Dirkmeister,
1-0, baby.
who was drafted in 98. I think he's 8 years. He's only not been on the Mavericks for 8 years of their life.
Yeah.
Plus, what, 2 or 3?
And still the best player statue of all time.
Yeah.
By far.
And honestly, one of the best signature moves of all time. That leg kick fade,
Who has not replicated that shot?
I have mastered.
Whether it's in your room on a Nerf hoop,
I have mastered that shot in real life.
and you should. You're the ideal player for that shot.
Yes, I am. I'm basically the American race car. Or the Polish race car, I guess. would
Ooh,
be.
now we're talking.
I'm the Polish
That
race
can
car.
catch
dude.
on. That should catch on.
Polish Jesus?
I mean, high praise, but never seen you and Jesus in the same room.
What can I say?
Pat Bev to Milwaukee. Spark
Defensive
plug.
move.
Yeah.
Defensive move. Doc Rivers doesn't know why he's in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Again, don't know why you'd admit this publicly, but Doc said today when he got called and offered the job, he's like, yeah, I don't know why you guys are doing this.
That's
Doesn't instill a lot of confidence in yourself.
That's a weird move, right?
And they're, 3-6 since the hiring?
Yeah.
Time to panic?
Your head coach doesn't have his head in the game, so I can't imagine he's instilling that much confidence in the players.
Like, if you're Giannis and you woke up today and saw that headline, you're a little concerned, right?
Yeah, you're starting to wonder also, why did they call him? You know?
Can we just make Giannis player coach?
If he doesn't know why he got called, players definitely don't know why he got called.
Doc walks in the locker room the first game. He's like, I mean, I don't want to coach, but they gave me $10 million a year, so what am I going to do? Say no?
Yeah, defense, boys. You got it.
Just give the ball to Giannis and Dame, and, I'll stand over here and yell.
Play some defense. Let me know if I need to spill my coffee. If we're out of timeouts or something.
Whoops, already spilled it. My bad.
Yep, that was just on my shirt. This is a little embarrassing.
I don't know why I did that.
I don't know why I'm here either. I was having a good time being an analyst, actually.
I'll be honest, I don't even know where I'm at. Milwaukee? What state are we in?
Is this TNT?
What team is this? Maybe the biggest move of the deadline, and maybe in all of history. The Raptors got their guy.
Kelly Olynyk.
Gonzaga legend.
3-point master.
One of my favorite guys to get in 2K.
Just because he just looks like he shouldn't be in the game.
Correct.
He looks like a created player.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to describe him.
Some of the world's worst facial hair.
Absolutely.
Long, greasy hair, headband, weird body.
Weird. Yeah.
Weird game, honestly.
Yeah. Why is he just a pick and pop guy?
Yeah.
He looks like he should be dunking on you.
But he's not.
Not even close. I don't even know if he can dunk.
I've never seen a highlight of Kelly Olynyk dunking.
Neither have I.
Because they don't exist. Give me your highlight of the All-Star weekend.
Damian Lillard, back-to-back three-point contest champion. First time since 07-08. Do you know who that was?
Would that be Kyle Korver?
No.
Is it a guy like that or like a star?
Similar.
Do I go Ray Allen?
I could give you 300 million guesses and you would never get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a white fella?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, let me.
He's not JJ Redick.
Nope.
I don't know.
Indeed, a white fella. He played from 04 to 2012. His career average. In 07, he played 67 games at 26 minutes per game with 10 points per game. And in 2008, he had 19 minutes a game with 7 points on 81 games.
Dude, you could give me the team. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Those years he played for Toronto. He was drafted by Cleveland. Then he played for Charlotte. Then he played for Miami for 2 years. Toronto for 2 years. Played for Philly for 2 years. And then Los Angeles Lakers for 1 year to retire.
Yeah, I have no clue.
A fellow named Jason Capono.
That's absolutely not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Back-to-back three-point contest champion.
Yep.
In the NBA.
Yes. The last time it happened.
No.
07-08.
Not a real
Jason
person.
Capono.
Absolutely not.
This is what I'm saying, dude. You can just make something up, and it probably be true.
You made that up.
No, I didn't. I promise.
There's a guy that played 8 years in the association.
Yeah.
Won 2 3-point championships named Jason Capono.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
I refuse to believe that. We could probably get Jason Capono on the show.
Probably.
He might even beg to come on. Like, hey guys, in case you all forgot, I did win 2 3-point contests.
Jason Allen Capono.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Literally 300 million guesses, and I wouldn't have gotten that. It's not
Those
a real person.
2 years on 1.5 shots per game and 3 shots per game, he averaged 51% and 48%.
Is he the Matt McClung of 3-point shooting?
Apparently. His career average is 44 or 43%. He almost averaged a better 3-point percentage than he did a 2-point percentage.
I mean, as a guy like that should. And yet, didn't play that long.
He's playing like 10 minutes a game.
Well, yeah, but he's got a value, clearly.
His career average is 17 minutes per game.
Because, yeah, he's coming in, shooting 2 threes, and then hitting 2 and going to the bench.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's a spot. It's a situation for
a
that.
spot for a nice gritty guy like that.
Wow. Jason Capono. The more you know. That's great trivia.
Yeah. And a great grid pool.
Oh, dude, he's sitting at like 0.0002%. Give me a Sixer Laker.
You know what's even crazier about Jason Capono's career? Oh, he actually won the Sixth Man of the Year once.
That's even crazier.
Wow. Or no, wait. I think he was just a finalist. I don't know what that actually means. Let me see. There's a dash behind it for some reason. I don't know. But he averaged 1.5 fouls per game in his career and 1 turnover.
In 12 minutes per game.
Yeah.
He knows his role.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, Jason, come out of retirement and face Dame next year because he wants a three-peat. And I would say only one man can stop him.
Damian Lillard, also the only NBA player in history to win the three-point contest and All-Star MVP in the same night or in the same weekend or whatever. Also, fun fact, did you know Larry Bird's three-point contest win was 17 points?
Yeah,
that
different
is
era.
Pathetic.
I mean,
it was probably groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah.
The entire first round,
did what?
The
4
score
guys
to beat was 26.
Yeah, different game. Fun fact: who actually lost to Larry Bird in that contest?
Jason Capono.
Jason Capono Sr. A little known fact. I think the best part for me was the Steph Sabrina.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. And Steph just casually going out there and getting a 29
because she killed it. She what 27?
Yeah,
which is phenomenal.
Yeah, that beat the entire men's 3-point competition.
And she said like, "No, I'm not shooting from the women's line. I'm going from the men's line," and kills it. And then what's up with drunk Kenny Smith?
Dude, what a beast!
Shit talking the whole time.
What a beast! What a beast!
Unhinged, bro.
Kenny the Jet Smith,
off his rocker, dude.
Just going full barbaric.
I mean, he's throwing shots.
Got to do it, dude. It's basketball.
I don't know if you knew he was mic'd up or not.
He probably didn't.
Also, of course, the talk between Charles and Draymond never gets old.
Never.
Which is, Draymond should be so likable.
He should be. He's a very entertaining guy.
Charismatic.
Yeah, when he's not on the court, love him. He's going to be...
Even when he's on the court. Just when he's not assaulting people.
He is going to be a very good announcer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I think he will be an analyst.
He'll probably be on TNT.
But, like, he kind of has... I mean, the Draymond Green show is like the basketball equivalent of the Pat McAfee show.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's good.
The clips I've seen, I've definitely enjoyed.
I wish he would have more people. Like, have a crew like Pat McAfee does.
Yeah.
Because there's no banter. He's just by himself, but with a shitty Android camera. But
which adds to the charm, though, I think.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The dunk contest was trash. Like, utter trash.
How do we fix that?
I don't know. It's completely up to player discretion. I mean, they're just not doing fun dunks. They're not doing creative dunks. Like...
I guess there's only so much you can do now, right?
Yeah, but even if you did the dunks Aaron Gordon did, yeah, we've seen it before, but every time we see those, we're amazed.
Yeah.
Every single time. Do those.
Like, great, you can jump over your teammate. We see that every year.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Jaylen Brown can jump over a guy who's 5'2" sitting down.
Oh, but he did it left-handed. 49.
Yeah, that was also weird.
On,
the
dude.
Michael Jackson glove.
Come on. Like, yeah, it's cool to see a star actually participate, but he only got the finals because he is a star.
Yeah.
And they couldn't have a star losing to 3 G League dudes.
Yeah, because who was...
Jacob Toppin.
Jacob Toppin had
who I thought got robbed.
Some great dunks.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. Of course, we know McClung.
Who,
back-to-back
again,
champ?
Yeah. And killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, even his dunk over Shaq, he completely aired over Shaq.
Cleared.
There was no like nuts grazing the bald head or anything.
Yeah.
The only thing there was Shaq kind of grazing the nuts.
Little reach there.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't. You just got to have people like Mac McClung who aren't afraid to go out there and miss.
I mean, dude, you had fans booing Jalen during the dunk contest and then during the All-Star game the next day.
Yeah.
That's you can't have that, dude.
No.
For what should be the most entertaining event, you got fans booing?
Yeah, you end the night with it every time. You should end the night with three-point contests moving forward. Maybe then people will start doing better dunks. I mean, even look back at like Blake Griffin dunking over the Kia. Like, that was fun.
Huge. Dwight in the Superman cape.
Yeah. A big dude dunking from the free throw line. I don't care if Zach LaVine can do it. I expect guys like Zach LaVine do it.
Yeah.
The fact that Dwight Howard can do it, I now expect anyone smaller than 7 foot and athletic to be able to dunk from the free throw line.
I want the judges to be replaced with just fans.
People who want to see Vince Carter come out of retirement and show us what real dunking is.
And probably still could.
Probably
Still win.
I was shocked that there wasn't any shoulder in the rim dunks.
Yeah, bring that back.
It's
you can.
been every year.
Yeah.
Every year there's been somebody who does it. But they just do it behind like a 360 windmill.
Next year, bring back Vince in the dunk and bring back Jacob Capano. I already forget his name. Capona. Bring back him for the three-point contest.
Why don't you just make Vince Carter a lifetime judge for the dunk contest?
Yeah. The only judge.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
Make Vince Carter a judge. Make only guys who have won the dunk contest a judge.
Actually,
Those are the only eligible guys to judge.
Yeah.
And maybe a celebrity judge. One person can't skew the rest.
Speaking of celebrity, rightful DPOY Micah Parsons with absolute showtime.
37 and like 16 boards.
And MVP.
And MVP. And an actual, I think Stroud dropped like 40 on the other team.
Dude, Stroud can hoop.
But like an actually entertaining Celebrity All-Star game was better than the actual All-Star game.
I didn't watch it, honestly.
They had actually athletic people playing basketball.
Yeah.
It was more entertaining than it's ever been.
Trying.
Yeah. And like 50 Cent and Shannon Sharp were coaching one team.
I did see that. Yeah.
I can't remember who the other team was coached by.
Stephen A., right?
Yeah, Stephen A. That's right. And it was funny because Micah Parsons even said, Stephen A. said there ain't no way Cowboys winning the celebrity MVP.
So I'll show you. I want some celebrity one-on-ones.
That'd be fun.
Give me Uncle Shay and Ocho one-on-one.
No, we need 2-on-2s. If you're going to
Uncle Shay and Ocho
do duos
against
like that, Pat McAfee and one of the guys on his show, the one who sharded, actually,
or Portnoy and what? Big Dave.
Oh, Big Cat.
Big Cat. Yeah.
Or just give me McAfee and AJ Hawk.
Give me show versus show. Give me a full 5-on-5.
Yeah. Well, that would have to be Barstool versus Pat.
Yeah, it had to be Barstool.
And I'll be honest, Pat McAfee has to clear. There are some very unathletic boys out there in Barstool.
Yeah, but I don't know if Pat can play. I don't know if AJ can play.
Yeah, but they're still athletic.
Yeah.
They still have the advantage.
It should transfer over.
They still have the advantage.
You would think.
Like, the Barstool boys are not peak.
But hey, big bodies down low, creating space, getting boards.
Throwing up air balls from 2 feet out.
And I want every 3 minutes you got to take a shot.
Sports and Stogies versus Nightcap.
Man, you're carrying.
I'd have to.
You're absolutely carrying.
But I'll be honest.
You probably could carry.
Ocho's got to carry Shannon. Shannon's older.
He's still in good shape, though.
He's in good shape, but maybe not super athletic shape.
I mean, I don't see me or Shane boxing him out, though.
Yeah, but you're a body.
Yeah, maybe.
And Ocho's too full of himself to drive on me. So you just got to get a rebound.
That's a fair point. Maybe I'll get physical. I'll throw some bows.
And me and Ocho get in each other's heads, for sure.
Oh, and I'm impenetrable. Shannon can talk to me all night. I'm throwing it back at him.
You can't even hear.
No, I'm hearing it, but I'm loving it.
You're just wearing earmuffs.
I'm probably laughing, if anything, which is going to piss him off because he's not getting to me.
Yeah.
Shane, who knows? Shane's a wild card. Maybe he gets hot,
Maybe he's like a Adam Sandler mid-range
You
bank
can, you
shot
can
guy.
set him up, I think.
Yeah, but there's only so many times I'm going to set him up and he misses before I'm just never passing the ball again.
Tell you what, I'm setting screens all day.
That's why I don't play basketball as much, is because I just get frustrated when people suck.
Yeah.
And we're at the age where everybody kind of just sucks at sports.
Yeah.
And it's like I just get mad and nobody else has fun, but I'm having fun. So I'm having fun at everybody else's expense.
You give us a year to start training.
Doesn't matter.
I'm contributing.
I probably would be even less adamant about passing the ball.
As you should. You're the star of the show. We're well aware. Tell you what, though, I'm a great passer.
Yeah, but
That's one thing I couldn't
I'm a
maintain.
good ball handler.
Hey, we're clearing out for you, dude.
I'm actually a pretty decent passer too, but
You've got a well-rounded game.
you
I feel
only
like.
get so many tries before you're just not seeing the rock again.
There's a reason Reggie Bullock didn't get 12 shots a game because
Exactly.
he missed the first 5.
Exactly.
But I've got, if I miss one, I'm gun
You're
shy.
checked out.
Yeah. I could be
Gets the
wide
ball,
open.
doesn't even square up. You're just looking around for the next guy to
Passing
pass
it back
to.
immediately.
Calling a cut.
Timeout. Timeout. I have the ball. Shit. What do I do? Timeout.
Oh man.
Go with a team of the week here post All-Star break.
Go with the Timberwolves. Have a 4-game home stretch versus the Bucks, Nets, Spurs, and Grizzlies.
I'm going with my boys.
Dallas Mavericks.
6-game win streak, about to be 10 straight. They go host the Suns. Luka's going to drop 55, probably, give or take. Then at the Pacers, at the Cleveland Cavaliers, and in Toronto.
Yikes.
So tough schedule there. 2 very hot teams beating up in Cleveland.
Yeah, and in Toronto.
Well, with Kelly Olynyk especially.
It's a dangerous pick this week, man.
I'm a dangerous guy,
Some would say that.
Some college ball news here for the first time, I think, pretty much all year.
I've dabbled. Thrown the occasional, all the top 10 guys got beat, and Kentucky still rules.
I've been a box score checker. Haven't
Yeah.
watched a ton. But Caitlin Clark, the new all-time women leading scorer, as expected.
And almost the men's.
Yeah, probably going to break Pistol Pete's record here by the end of the season.
She's what? 100?
Like 130 behind, I think.
Yeah, that's like 3 games.
Yeah. To break the record, she had like 23 in the first quarter.
Checks
So,
out.
yeah, no doubts there. My Lady Buckeyes, number 2 in the nation.
Don't get used to it. The Lady
Oh.
Wildcats are coming in hot
I'm used to it.
already.
I've been used to it, bro. It's a good place to be.
Second
Because
place.
on the men's side, not so hot.
You beat Purdue, though.
But we fired Chris Holtman after 7 years, long overdue. Nice guy, great dude. Was going to miss a tournament again this year. Kind of lost the team. Horrible. If you watch the team in the last 4 minutes of each half, we honestly, the 3 of us,
No
could beat those guys.
urgency?
Nothing. No game planning. No urgency. It's
Wow.
horrible.
Yeah, that's the worst time to be.
Literally his biggest flaw as a coach.
That's the legitimate worst time to drop the ball.
We've blown so many 8, 10-point leads in the last 2 minutes because there's just nothing there. But we fire him, promote Jake Diebler, and then beat Purdue the next game. So probably still not tournament bound unless we win the Big Ten tourney.
It's possible.
You never know.
Unlikely, but possible.
You never know. Maybe new coach lights a fire under these guys' asses. There's some talent
Or
there.
just not having him lit a fire.
Could also be
seems
that.
like.
Yeah. And then I was going to talk about UConn's dominance. Defending champ. Could have been the first team ever in the Big East to win 15 straight conference games. But they go down tonight at Creighton.
Ooh.
It's 83-66 with less than a minute to go. Not even close, really.
Yikes. Is this one of those moments where the head coach checked himself out of the game?
That was weird. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that was fun.
Coming down here, I think conference tourney, end of the month. And, of course, March Madness right around the corner. And with, football done now, draft still ways to go. So it's time for these young men to shine. And young ladies. I mean, I love the women's tournament as well.
Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Last regular season game is Lady Bucks in Iowa, round 2. We took down the first time. Go for the season sweep.
Good luck. It's UFC time.
Card match the hype?
298, it was phenomenal. Yeah, honestly. I mean, from top to bottom, realistically. A lot of knockouts in the prelims, a lot of subs, some decisions, but main card kicked off with Dern and Lemos, right? Or was that the last prelim?
That was the featured prelim.
Okay. Well, we'll start there. Dern still looks like she has no idea how to throw punches.
Dude.
She needs to rehire her old striking coach and fire this one.
She keeps getting worse.
Like, it's unreal. She threw, I mean, don't get me wrong, Lemos threw 86 total strikes. Dern threw 85. And Lemos is a grappler first.
Yeah.
So, yes, she's not going to throw a bunch of punches. She throws ground and pounds.
She's so frustrating because she's good on the ground, but she doesn't know how to get there.
Correct.
And if you can't strike either, what's your offense? Got to have a coaching change here. Some kind of different camp, whole new team, new strategy. I don't know, but it's so frustrating to watch.
Agreed. And then we had Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kopilov.
I thought Kopilov should have taken that.
And then he got choked out.
Yeah. Tight. I mean, gorgeous choke, too.
Doesn't get more picture perfect than that. Merab actually just, I don't even know what to call it.
Right?
I mean, he threw 273 strikes, landed 167 while doing 5 for 11 takedowns. Like, that was exactly his stats against Jan.
Except in 2 less rounds.
Correct. He landed over 100 more strikes than Cejudo did, 5 times his takedowns, had 2 times his amount of control, was 10 for 10 on the legs, 20 for 34 on the body. I mean, 74 significant strikes. Cejudo only threw 78. Like,
and 1-for-1 in eye contact with Zuck.
While locked in a headlock on Cejudo.
Picked up Cejudo, walked him across the octagon, dropped him, and then, had him choked up, taunting, looking at Zuck. I wish he would have got the finish.
I do too.
That's maybe his only, negative thing you can say. But good God, the pressure and the constant cardio. And he could fight a 10-round fight.
I don't think anyone in that division will beat him.
Shouldn't, honestly. And should be the next title shot.
It should be.
No matter whether
after Cheeto.
Sean or Cheeto wins. Yeah, it should definitely be.
Whoever the winner of. Although if Cheeto wins, they'll probably rematch Sean and Cheeto, even though he has no title defenses. They want Sean to have that belt.
Yeah, it's inevitable. But I hope Sean should win.
Agreed.
I think he's the best matchup for Merab. Stylistically.
Sort of. I mean, there's no style that matches well against a guy who can throw a ridiculously high volume of punches and takedowns.
Yeah, but Sean has a great reach advantage. Not going to let Merab get close. And better than expected takedown defense as well. Now, not that he can do that against Merab.
The problem is it doesn't matter. He's just going to keep shooting. He's just going to eat whatever punches you throw at him.
Maybe. Sean has the most power in this division, probably.
He does, but...
There's one guy who could catch Merab. I think it is Sean.
Merab's also very good at not getting hit and not being phased by getting hit.
Definitely a champion at some point.
But moving on to the Ian Gary versus Jeff Neal. It's kind of a boring fight.
Snooze fest.
Very out of character of Ian Gary.
I don't know if he was scared of Jeff Neal's power or what.
He was just running away the entire time.
Yeah, no pressure at all, which is bizarre for Ian.
He had 12 seconds of control. 12 seconds.
Which, that's fine. That's not his style.
Jeff Neal had 3 minutes and 45.
Yeah.
Like
constant clinching.
Jeff was controlling the pace. Ian Gary was just counterpunching and running away.
All the pressure, all the pace. Jeff Neal probably should have won that fight. Could have done more.
If he would have landed a couple more shots, Ian Gary was pretty beat up, but his numbers are just, he landed a bunch more. Whatever. Then, in my opinion, fight of the night, Costa versus
by far.
Whitaker.
By far.
What an amazing fight.
War. And if that first round head kick had landed 30 seconds earlier, fight could have ended right there.
Yeah. I thought Costa was going to win, but he just, I mean, as much as he was, I feel like that original, like, just Costa energy isn't there anymore.
He's definitely lost some. That Izzy loss definitely affected him mentally, even still. Probably could have pushed the pace a little more, but vintage Reaper.
Yeah.
Back to true form.
Yep. And then Ilya Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski.
We all knew Ilya would be champ someday.
Both fighters, all of their total strikes landed were significant strikes.
Oh, yeah.
Volk landed 47. Topuria knocked him out in 35.
But I just needed that one.
That was, what a fight. And I called it, sort of, like 30 minutes before the fight.
Pretty close. Yeah, close enough.
I said, and I was going to type first round, and I was like, that's ridiculous. And I was like, second round still seems a little crazy, so I went third just for like a comfort pick for me. But I said third round knockout, Topuria. And it was a second round knockout for Ilya. So.
And now I think fighters, or I think it's champions below light heavyweight that are 35 and older are like 1-28 all time now.
Yeah. I will say, I don't think Volk rested for long enough after a brutal head kick knockout.
Not even that. I think he's going to definitely regret taking that fight in the first place with no camp, short notice, getting absolutely rocked. That's going to mess with your head some. I mean, both literally and mentally. And to come back against a guy who we know is the most dangerous in that division.
Yeah, I mean, Volk definitely gets a rematch and make it like 6 months out.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Like, if you want Ilya to fight between now and then, go ahead. But if they're both dead set on a rematch, just wait it out because you got to have plenty of time to recover.
So Volk said post-fight, hey, he's been talking about Spain. Maybe we go fight in Spain. But again, like, I don't want to make Ilya wait a year, but I think Volk needs to wait a year.
Yeah, I mean, 6 months at least.
Even that, I feel like.
6 months then camp.
Hardcore knockouts, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even hate it if he retired.
I wouldn't either.
Nothing else left to prove.
Let the new guys, I mean, Ilya's 15-0.
Yeah.
A ridiculous streak, especially to be champion. That's quick. He's just mauled.
And only getting better.
He has mauled everyone in the division besides Max Holloway.
Which I think Max was the biggest winner of the night.
Yeah.
Because he's never going to... He probably would have fought Volk again just because there's nobody else.
But now he can be in a championship fight.
Yeah, one that he can win. Because outside of Max, I think Ilya is the best boxer in probably the entire sport.
Yeah. But Ilya is just so well-rounded, too.
Oh, yeah, phenomenal.
I mean, he would have to... You can't knock out Max. It's pretty much impossible.
But if anybody could, it's Justin Gaethje.
That is true. That's different.
I'm so scared for that fight, man, because I want Max to get a belt again. I think I would probably still take Ilya, but that'd be very close. But if he gets rocked by Gaethje, I mean, Gaethje ends careers.
Look at Tony Ferguson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tony pretty much died after that fight.
Yeah.
Hasn't 0-7 since.
Yeah,
and
hasn't
a bad 0-7 at
hasn't even come close to winning since.
So, man, I'm so scared for that BMF, which should be the main event.
I agree.
But we got our new one.
It is Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill.
Out of the blue.
Which I think is still going to be a good fight.
Should be,
Two
for sure.
sluggers just going at it.
Yeah, it should be a great matchup, but definitely not the matchup they wanted to headline 300.
I think Jamal Hill takes it.
I disagree, but we'll preview that when we get closer to that card.
Yeah, we have like 3 months.
Because we got 299 first, too.
Yeah, that card's going to be a freaking banger. We've got...
Yeah, this Saturday.
very good fight nights in between,
Yeah,
too.
Mexico Fight Night.
We have Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval kicking it off. Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega, banger. Honestly, one of those guys might be up next for Ilya.
Probably not Ortega. He needs a couple wins first. He has like one win in the past 4 years. Yair should definitely, especially if he comes out and rocks Ortega. And if Max loses, and honestly, even if Max loses, it's not in that weight class.
No, he should still be.
So, barring he gets KO'd bad, like Gaethje can do, but Max should be next in line.
Raul Rosas Jr. is coming back. And it's just going to be a good fight night card. So if you're not doing anything Saturday night, check it out. It's going to be pretty good.
And we know the Mexican crowds bring it.
Oh, yeah.
Be an absolute party. Let's see. With that, let's go into a stick pick. I really need to go through these because we're about full here. We've got a pair. We got narrowed down to one.
The Cinco de Cinco by Hoya de Nicaragua.
Phenomenal stick. Goes for I think $23, $24. It's a little more expensive, but absolutely phenomenal. And I believe you can find those at Stogie's at, of course, Tip Top Smoke Emporium and tiptopsmoke.com. I believe B&G's, of course, Casa Aficionado. And we'll go ahead and say, if it happened there or not, take a trip up to Cigar up north and see our boys. Which we're due for, anyway. Close but no cigar. Going to go with the Niners.
They were a good defensive scheme away from winning their Super Bowl.
10-point lead, second half. Choke it away. Thank you, Steve Wilkes. Well done. Bums. If you guys have not seen the new Fanatics MLB jerseys, go check them out.
Or don't, really.
It's just going to upset you.
Yeah.
It's already upset players. I think they are absolute trash. They look like Little League jerseys. The color scheme's gotten worse and more dull. The actual lettering, smaller. And no outlining on a lot of them. They look cheap.
How do you mess up jerseys, man?
Because Fanatics is a cheap-ass company,
Well, I know,
dude.
but why would you even switch?
There's some back-end deal they have with Fanatics. But they're a trash company. I mean, meanwhile, Nike releases New Era does the new warm-up hats, which are phenomenal.
Yeah, you can never miss with hats.
Got to get me a Reds one. It looks very tight. The Jays one too is. I mean, they're all great.
Yeah.
But good lord, the jerseys are absolutely trash. I honestly think my Little League jerseys were better than what the pros will be wearing this season.
You know what I want? A powder blue Vladdy Jr. jersey.
Dude, powder blue's so underrated.
I know. It's so good.
Maybe the best color scheme out there.
Yeah. Powder blue Vladdy Jr. and powder blue Bichette.
Rumor is Alek Manoah back in shape.
Allegedly.
Looking better, making a push to make the opening day roster.
We'll have to see it. I'll see it. Believe it when I see it. But if he does make the opening day roster, pick him for your Cy Young.
Oh, stone cold lock, dude. Actually, I'm going Chris Bassett, clearly.
Yeah.
Let's go with the Vancouver Canucks. Losing 10-7. Had a couple of 3-goal leads.
Multiple.
To choke them away. How do you give up 10 goals?
That's top 2, top 3 in all time?
Yeah, all time the record I think is 22. Like a 12, or I guess 21 is a 12-9 game in 85. But 10-7, that's literally a football score.
Yeah. A terrible football game, but it is a football score.
A defensive battle, You want to go with the dunk contest in general?
Yeah, definitely. It was abysmal.
And also, I seen JJ Redick talking about it. Can things just start on time?
That would also be nice.
It was 50 minutes.
We set times for a reason.
Yeah.
We don't need to see Shaq chopping it up with some random celebrity.
No, we can see that, but do it in a break or after the thing. It's a dunk with 4 dudes.
Yeah.
you shouldn't be running late with that.
No.
Like, they were all there.
They were indeed all there.
They were all dressed, to my knowledge.
Nobody was late. Everybody was dressed, ready to go.
No props or rim wasn't messed up.
Nope.
We're set, boys. Let's get rolling here.
Late for no reason.
And last but not least, yours truly.
Yeah.
3 of us are missing a show. I believe our actual first full miss show ever.
I think so, yeah.
Couldn't quite hit 75.
So close.
What a shame. What a shame.
But it's in the past, and we hit 75.
We start a new streak.
So here we are.
Start a new streak. And then what? We're 4 months away from 100. Big celebration show would have to be.
Yeah, probably the next one too many.
Oh, for sure. For 100? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shane due to host?
It'll be our 4th one, right?
He hosted
And
the
he hosted
first
the first
time,
one.
then you hosted the second one. I hosted the third
The
one.
most recent.
So, yeah, back to him.
The OGs. Way it should be for a triple-digit masterpiece like that. If he's here, who knows?
Yeah, I was going to say, how are we going to have people reach out to him with questions and stuff?
We could just not read our emails, I guess. Or,
Facebook, Messenger. Well, he doesn't have a Facebook.
yeah.
Instagram. He has Instagram. You would have to
Would
send
have to
all
be.
your AMAs into Instagram.
Yeah. Because I don't want to see any questions beforehand.
Yeah, neither
that
do
ruins
I.
the entire point.
Or maybe we'll just put his phone number on our Facebook page.
I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Yeah, but he's not here to say no.
Fair point. Majority rules. 2-0. Unanimous, actually.
Even if he was here, majority still rules.
Let's post it right now, actually. No, he's got more important things to attend to
At the moment.
right
yeah.
now. Yeah. Well, with that, Shane, go ahead and wrap up shop here, buddy. You guys can find us on TikTok, X, YouTube.
Did I get them all?
Gmail, is that it?
Did I get them all?
TikTok, I say TikTok. I think that's it. Wherever you guys listen to podcasts.
Videos on Evan Keaton's. Wait,
Just, yeah. What's the website again? What's his number?
he's got videos, right? I could
Yeah, I
have
watched him.
sworn he had videos.
Dude, he definitely has videos. I
He's
saw
like,
him.
he's like Richard Simmons.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And by the way, love Tobias Harris. Just want to get on record for that.
All right.
Cam, as we do always say here, that's an S.
To the moon.